Welcome back to some chess video content. I was trolling around my channel while I'm still recording the new Red SMP video, the new chapter and shit like that. I haven't really made a chess video in a while. So while y'all are waiting, I can inform you what I've been up to in chess.com. I've recently reached 1,000 elo, the 4 digits, a good achievement, a fine achievement. And today I'm going to show you two games, one with a 1200 and one with a 900. The time control was rapid. Uh, More chess videos are coming. The next of the footage was pre-recorded. I didn't edit this in CapCut. It's just unedited footage. I'm doing this part after I've done the other parts because I'm that intelligent. So if you see like YouTube notifications and stuff like that, I apologize. I can't do much about it. I have to be on the internet to be on chess.com and show you games I've played. So let's get to it. New Red SMB videos coming out soon. Okay, so here we are back in the chessboard. So the game begins with e4. I have the black pieces. We go e5. Classical. Has happened like millions of times before. Knight f3. Knight c6. And we go for whatever the hell that is. Whatever the hell this opening is. It's called whatever that is in the top bottom. There's an eval bar for you to like check the opening names. I don't recommend this opening because I've never heard of it. And I'll just go with classic knight c6. He develops. Never mind, he's just playing some pawn moves. I guess that's in the opening. And I just developed a bishop, rapid development, want to get that bishop out. He plays whatever the hell that is. Now, the engine gives props to like d4 to like destabilize the center, but I found it a little dangerous. So I went to. So. Yeah, he wanted to do that. So I just castled. And then he goes here with the bishop. I don't know. I mean, the bishop is just locked away thanks to your pawns, but whatever. I decided to break open the center, take with the queen. I should have taken the knight, but whatever. It's not big deal. He castles. I could go back. I do go back by like one square. And now he plays this move, which is the knight. Of course, the intention of the knight is to like go to a4 to attack my bishop. Probably will. I just jump with my knight, try and get a trade. Take with the queen. And of course he goes here, which threatens the queen and a pawn. Oops, my bad. So I'll go back. And attack the knight, which forces him to move again. The knight moves here. And we're chilling. Rook e8, which is just... I'm trying to push the pawn, the e-pawn to like break up things. So I can get to the king faster. And then he goes here, which is... threatens to take the knight and damage my pawn structure. I move here. He takes, which is not the greatest move. You see how the eval bar goes from +2 to +1? Because the bishop is just better than the knight. Okay, we're slightly better because of the bishop pair. We have to open up the position. He goes here, which forks. That's the reason why it's +1 and not like +5. We go here, threatening a pawn. He's threatening some attacks with the queen. Now, if, let's say I do this, for example, like a random move, his idea is probably this. Which can be stopped, but in exchange, I have my structure up a lot, so it's the reason I did not go with this. So I went here, which attacks the queen, very logical move, and then the queen goes back, and it's -6. I played the top engine move, which is bishop e7, attacks the queen, and probably will take the pawn on b2, which is insane. He goes here, and then I take the pawn. Engine gives props to a4, which I have no clue what it does. It's just the engine going bananas. And then he goes on f4, which has one idea. If I take, he opens up his rook. And it's -1.6, which is... I did not know it was 1.6. But I play here, which is a check. It's a check. He has to retreat or something. He retreats. Now I attack his knight. Force it to move away. Threatens to play checkmate. Let's say I play a4, I get checkmated brutally. So that's the reason I did not play a stupid move. Hold up. So I trade off a bishop for the knight. This is a good trade because I, first of all, get rid of checkmate, and second of all, once he takes, I can just take here. He should have taken with the queen, which is the good thing, but he took with the rook and forgot the thing just hangs. So, yeah, I just took the free rook, and yeah, I took the free rook. And now I go here to get, well, not really, it's not to take the pawn. It's to pin the rook to the queen, because let's say the queen goes here to try and threaten checkmate. Actually, that was played, never mind. The queen will go here to try and get the rook here and threaten checkmate. I play my bishop here. Listen, this looks like it's giving up a pawn. But as you can see, the evil bar just jumped from an immense height to -20, which is close to checkmate because of this. You have to block with this, and then I go here. You're getting brutally checkmated. You're losing all of the material. The engine is like having some sacrificial ideas with the queen, so to stop checkmate, because it is inevitable. If and only if my opponent fell for that trap. But he did not. He played this check, forcing me to go back. Then he went here, which is the blunder. And this is where the game pretty much ends. Well, I must say, right now, the game is over. Because rook here, Yorna moves the block, and then it's checkmate. And this is how game 1 ended. In a random rapid match I just played today. I mean, I could have just taken the queen, but he would just take my rook, and my checkmate ideas were just stopped. But there's another checkmate idea over here. Like, let's say he takes. There's another checkmate idea with forks and shit like that. That pretty much people resign this position. But I just went with checkmate. Let's go to the next game. Alright, so this is the next game. This is the second and final one for this video. I have the black pieces again. We begin with d4, which is, I hate d4. I have some good counters with d4, the Slav defense, yeah, there's like a lot of counters for d4, but lots of theory. D pawn positions are more positional than e4 positions, which are more sharp. He goes for the Queen's Gambit, which is, I hate it with all my life. I always go for the Slav defense. Now, I'm not talking about the semi-Slav, which is, you know, after this, then you go here. No, I'm not talking about the semi-Slav. I go always for the pseudo-Slav, which goes with bishop f5, knight f3, and I finish the pseudo-Slav defense with pawn on e6. Now, the structure reminds you of the London system, which it probably has the structure of a London system. It goes bishop f4, I go knight d7 to stop this move. I just take, if that move ever happens. He goes e3, which I guess it's kind of, you know, making a pyramid of some sort. Knight g to f6. And then he just closes the queen side off. And then I go on h5, attacking his bishop. Bishop d3 threatens a trade. I take this bishop, he takes my knight, and my bishop pins the knight to the queen, which is probably my favorite move of the game so far. Castles, queen f6, threatens to take a pawn for free. And here's where the position goes really bananas. Bishop takes f3. Take the free pawn. I should have taken with the bishop, but it's still minus 1.7. Here I should have pushed, but instead I attacked the knight. And you might have noticed the evil bar has jumped to +2 for the opponent. That's because after they retreat, well, not really, you can sacrifice the knight, which is insane. After the retreat, I play this queen move, which threatens a queen trade. Well, the point is here, they don't have to retreat. They just take. Once you take here, it's checkmate. Oh shit, some rec rep video. I should have probably turned that off. Case enough. I have I don't know what to do about that. It's mate. It's literally mate. You can't do nothing to stop it. That's the reason why I did not take the knight. If that move ever happened, I would not take it. I would just get brutally checkmated. Takes. Now that this move doesn't pack the same punch, even though I'm getting a little crisscrossed by the bishop, applesauce by the rook, I defend my knight with the rook, so if he takes, I just take back. Rook comes here, and then they pile up. They just pile up. This is where the position just begins to be catastrophically like catastrophe. I go bishop b4, attacking the rook, forcing it to move away. Then I go pawn a6. He retreats, and I attack his knight. The ensign thinks it's dead. Like, it is a trap knight. I just win the knight. Although if he attacks my bishop, he's like, yeah, we can get a trade. Unfortunately, though, I have a brain, and I put my bishop back to his original square, which was f8. And then he loses the knight in a very embarrassing fashion. And it's not even like -2 or -3, it's -1. And then it's -2. The reason why it's -2 and not like -11, for example, it's because I have a rook on h8, a bishop on f8, and a rook on d8. And he has like double piled rooks, and my king is like really open wide. That's the reason why it's that low. In case you don't know. He takes the free pawn. I just put my knight here, have some nasty intentions. My idea with that move is... My idea with that move is this, to disconnect the rooks. That was my idea, to just disconnect the rooks, and once one of them retreated, I would just go here and try to create a lot of counterplay. That was my whole idea with that knight move. But of course it gets countered with bishop d3. And then I go to bishop d6, which redevelops the bishop. The position is -2.8, which is insane. Now you don't really have sorry for the notifications. Now you don't really have like the eval right next to you in the move, so you don't know if it's -8 or -5. So yes, bishop d6 and b5, trying to advance the pawn. Now every single YouTube notification is coming. Now, of course, that pawn cannot promote at all. I just go bishop takes a3 because it's a free pawn. He pushes the pawn. I go back. And he can push. He pushes, but I should have probably just... I hang a bishop right there. You saw it. Minus 0.9. Takes the free bishop. At least I get the pawn. I have a 2-pawn advantage. Knight and rook versus 2 rooks and the bishop, which is probably just a draw in my opinion. Attacks my rook, and there was a good move, but I did not see it. Although it's still good. I attack the rook because look what he's trying to do. He's trying to like get the pawn and threaten a lot of things. So I attack his rook, I attack his rook again, and threatens this, which is insane. Then I play rook b8. Essentially, if he ever like takes my knight, I just take back. As you can see, the position is -3 because he can just skewer my rook. That was my whole idea, but it never worked. So yes, we are here. Although he didn't really do all of that, he just discovered checked me with rook b6. I went here. He checked me again with c6. I went here. And then he prepared another nasty check. Now, here I thought for a while. I actually thought for a long while. And I settled on a3. And then he discovers checks, which is... I could have taken here, but I did not see it. Because I actually did not see it. I was like, oh, I was getting checked by the bishop. But I never saw that. But it's still -7. And then he takes my rook. That's hanging. He checks me here. I attack the rook. He checks me here. I attack the rook. He's probably going to take here and take here. And then I'll probably just like push the pawn and promote because there's no way to stop the pawn. I mean, yes, you can stop it, but it will just be a rook and pawns versus a king. So, yes, it's not the appropriate position you might want. And we go back here, checks me again, and instead of going into all of that, he decides to blunder his rook on b6, and I win it, and he resigned. There's no way you can stop this pawn from promoting. I mean, you can stop it, but you're gonna have to sack. And it's basically rook and knight versus a king. And then this is also a threat. Like, I just take here, and if he takes here... I can't just sack my rook. That's how desperate the position is. And I can just go here and, like, start munching. I can do this even. Look how nasty this is. And I'm just gonna be, playing this endgame. I can win. I can sack both of my pieces and win. This is how good the position was. So that's both of the games today. I'll see you guys next time.